Imagine mastering the world's most treacherous roads, only to discover the real struggle was within. This is the heartbreaking journey of Lisa Kelly from Ice Road Truckers, a woman known for her fearless driving and unshakable determination. Lisa became a beloved figure to millions, but the stress of fame, the relentless work demands, and the constant spotlight took a toll that many never noticed. In this video, we dive into Lisa Kelly's rise to fame, the tragedy that pushed her toward a quiet retreat, and the personal battles she faced away from the camera. It all started with the unforgettable premiere of Ice Road Truckers in June 2007. The show wasn't like typical reality TV. It thrust viewers into one of the harshest environments imaginable, the icy roads of remote Canada and Alaska. These weren't ordinary highways. They were ice roads, seasonal routes built on frozen lakes and rivers, where the wrong move could mean falling through the ice. Drivers hauled critical supplies across these dangerous paths, braving temperatures that dipped to 40-degree Sherry, shifting snowdrifts, and the ever-present threat of mechanical failure or natural disasters. The first 2 seasons highlighted the Canadian Northwest Territories, with roads like the Tibet to Contwoito Winter Road, one of the most dangerous of all. Every haul was a nerve-wracking gamble with nature, and audiences were hooked. As the show expanded into Alaska's Dalton Highway in later seasons, it upped the ante. The Dalton brought its own dangers: steep climbs, icy corners, and 400-mile journeys where one wrong turn could end in disaster. But it wasn't just the danger that kept people watching, it was the human stories. That became especially clear in Season 3, when Lisa Kelly made her debut. At first glance, she didn't fit the image of an ice road trucker, and that's exactly what made her stand out. As the first major female driver featured, Lisa had to prove herself, not just to her co-workers, but to an audience used to seeing only men behind the wheel. She never played the underdog card. She let her skills speak for themselves. Whether it was chaining tires in a snowstorm or navigating 60,000-pound loads around ice-covered cliffs, Lisa kept her cool. Her calm demeanor, technical skill, and quiet strength won people over almost immediately. Viewers didn't root for her because she was different. They respected her because she was just as tough and just as capable as anyone else out there. Lisa Kelly's arrival didn't just change the dynamic of the cast. It changed the show's identity. Ice Road Truckers became about more than just surviving nature. It became a story about challenging stereotypes and defying expectations. Before she ever hit the screen, Lisa's life started far from fame. She was born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and moved to Sterling, Alaska at age 6. It wasn't a glamorous new home. It was rugged and remote. Her family settled on a small mini-farm, surrounded by nature and completely removed from the modern comforts she'd known. Alaska wasn't easy. It was demanding, and it taught Lisa resilience early on. Trucking wasn't something she'd dreamed about. She bounced between odd jobs, working at a gas station, racing motocross, but none of them hinted at what was coming. Her journey toward trucking started unexpectedly. While delivering pizzas and later driving a school bus, she discovered a surprising joy in being behind the wheel. It wasn't about the thrill, it was about freedom, control, and doing something real. Most people would have ignored that inner pull. Lisa Kelly didn't. While working as a bus driver, she earned her commercial license and set her sights on something bigger. That move opened doors into a male-dominated industry, and she didn't ask for shortcuts. Her shot came at Carlisle Transportation, a top Alaskan freight company known for extreme conditions. Lisa wasn't handed anything. She worked harder, often being the only woman on site, loading trucks and proving herself without complaints. There were no special breaks, just hard-earned respect. Her journey began in Alaska's freezing corners and, slowly but surely, caught the world's attention. Once on Ice Road Truckers, Lisa didn't just blend in, she elevated the show. She was soft-spoken but sharp behind the wheel, and viewers noticed. That contrast helped redefine the series. Fame wasn't something she chased, it found her. She was soon picked for IRT, Deadliest Roads, tackling terrifying routes in the Himalayas and South America, with the same calm strength. By 2010, Lisa had gone from trucker to household name. She appeared on The Late Show with David Letterman and was dubbed the sexiest trucker alive by Esquire magazine. The attention was flattering, but overwhelming. For someone who just wanted to drive, the spotlight became exhausting. The constant filming and media appearances left her drained. So by season 6, she quietly stepped away. Fans were stunned. She had become the face of the series, and her absence led to online speculation. But the truth was simple. Lisa needed a break. She'd been juggling 2 intense shows and non-stop demands. She never left out of drama. She left for her own well-being. Executive producer Tom Beers later confirmed it. She was offered a contract, and she just said no. Lisa herself admitted the pressure had gotten to her. All she really wanted was to drive and live a normal life again. Fame had pushed her limits. And yet, she returned. No grand entrance, just Lisa, back in the driver's seat for season 7, ready to do the job she loved. She stayed through the end of the series in 2017, logging more than 80 episodes and becoming a pillar of the show. When the cameras stopped, Lisa didn't fade. She kept trucking professionally and even appeared in the 2023 video game Alaskan Road Truckers, showing that for her, it was never just TV. Trucking is who she is. She also stayed active online, sharing pieces of her life through social media and YouTube. But she never turned it into a spectacle. Her updates felt more like check-ins with a friend than content from a celebrity. It was Lisa, unfiltered and unpretentious, just living her life. And her growth didn't stop there. One of the most meaningful turns came when she teamed up with Chevron's Delo brand for a digital series called Destination Further, Lisa Kelly. In 16 episodes, viewers got to see her in her element, fixing engines, handling equipment, hauling freight through the Alaskan wilderness. It wasn't just a brand partnership. It was a reflection of her daily reality. Each episode showed how much she had learned, how self-reliant she'd become, and how committed she still was to the work. She wasn't promoting herself. She was showing what it takes to do the job right. And off the road, Lisa found peace in something deeply personal: horses. Long before she ever climbed into a semi-truck, she had a love for animals. After the show ended, she made space in her life to return to that passion. On her property in Alaska, she now cares for and trains horses, including rescues. It's quieter, it's slower, but it's hers. She still makes appearances at trucking expos and fan conventions around the world, from the US to the UK and Ireland. But now, she chooses what to say yes to. And when she shows up, she's greeted like the legend she is. Not because she's a star, but because she's earned the respect of an entire industry. Today, Lisa Kelly is still driving, still working. Her current truck? A Freightliner Coronado 122 SD, built for power, endurance, and the kind of roads most people will never dare to travel. Fitting, because that describes her perfectly. Lisa Kelly didn't just survive the fame of ice road truckers. She reclaimed her life after it, and she did it without ever losing the grit, humility, and heart that made her unforgettable. She's still out there handling heavy-duty hauls and rough terrain, proving her reputation wasn't crafted in an editing room. It was built on every mile she drove and every job she never walked away from. Even with reality TV in her rearview, Lisa Kelly never felt the need to reinvent herself. Instead, she stuck to the values that earned her respect in the first place: resilience, consistency, and a quiet refusal to give up. And for the fans who followed her journey from day one, that quiet drive has become the heart of her legacy. Lisa's story isn't just about icy roads. It's about the real, hidden battles behind the scenes of both trucking and television. Her time on Ice Road Truckers revealed more than just dangerous routes. It highlighted the personal toll and industry truths that most people never see. During a rare interview, Lisa opened up about her early seasons on the show, sharing that she didn't even get paid at first. Despite the danger and her role in making the show a hit, producers told her she was chosen more for her looks than her skills, calling her eye candy. It was a brutal reminder of how gender bias plays out in the industry, but Lisa didn't back down. She let her driving do the talking. She was one of the very few women on the show, and that visibility came with real pressure. Every move she made was scrutinized more than her male counterparts, and any mistake could have easily been turned into a stereotype. But Lisa kept showing up, determined to be judged by her work and not her gender. She earned her place mile by mile. Reality TV brought her recognition, but it also meant dealing with the constant presence of cameras, tight schedules, and little privacy. The job became more than just hauling loads. It became a balancing act between keeping it real and meeting production demands. Sometimes the way she was portrayed didn't reflect who she truly was. Lisa has admitted to feeling frustrated when the show's edits didn't match her actual experience. Still, she stayed focused and professional, refusing to be defined by a narrative that wasn't her own. That's what made her different. She became a symbol, not because she tried to be one, but because she kept moving forward when it would have been easier to stop. Her story highlights the quiet strength it takes to challenge stereotypes, push through obstacles, and remain true to yourself in a world that often wants to mold you into something else. Even years after Ice Road Truckers stopped airing regularly, Lisa never completely ruled out a return. In 2021, she said she'd be open to coming back if the show ever picked up again. And she wasn't alone. Some of the original cast and longtime fans were on board with the idea too. But then the pandemic hit, and just like that, everything paused. Production talks were shelved, and the kind of remote filming required for the show became nearly impossible. Still, Lisa's presence never really left. With the show streaming online, new audiences keep discovering her story, and old fans revisit her episodes, drawn in by the grit and focus that made her stand out in the first place. Her role in Ice Road Truckers wasn't just a part of a show, it became a lasting piece of trucking culture. And even though she never set out to be a symbol, that's exactly what she became. Off-screen, her life didn't slow down. Lisa stayed active in the trucking world, showing up at trade shows and industry events. But she never used her platform for cheap drama or flashy headlines. She's remained rooted in hard work and humility. Fans stick with her because she kept it real. No theatrics, no ego, just straight-up skill and authenticity. She didn't perform for the cameras, she didn't chase celebrity, and that quiet power carved a legacy that didn't need a big send-off to be remembered. Lisa Kelly's story is one of those rare ones in reality TV, a story that didn't feel scripted or staged. From her silent exit to her powerful return and everything in between, she always found her way back to the road. And as long as people keep streaming Ice Road Truckers and wondering if it'll ever return, Lisa's name will stay frozen into that legacy, not as a side note, but as the one who defined it. So what does Lisa Kelly's journey really say about resilience? Not just in trucking, but in surviving under the spotlight? And if Ice Road Truckers ever made a comeback, would her story continue or become something even greater? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to InsiderUS and let us know what you think in the comments. See you next time.